My name is Eugene Folcard. I'm the mayor of the city of Franklin. And we are basically, we would like to get these two buildings up to speed and do what we can to help revitalize and renovate these buildings. We've just celebrated our 200th year. We were incorporated in 1820, and here we are 200 years later. We're still, blowing and going. And, we're a multicultural city. And right now we're on the move. We have a great deal of energy in the city of Franklin, and we're trying to be transformational with revitalizing Franklin and doing the things necessary to jumpstart our economy and just do some good things throughout our community. With that being said, with the city being such an old city, 200 years, I've been mayor for 3 years, and some of the issues that we're dealing with didn't happen in the last 3 years. So we have an old city with an aging infrastructure, and we have old buildings. We have over 420 buildings that's registered with, the National Historic Registry. So we have a great deal of old buildings and houses that we would like to revitalize and, preserve a great deal of our history in Franklin. It's one of the oldest buildings in historic downtown Franklin, and one of the first buildings in Franklin to receive electricity. Many of our city founding fathers, including 2 governors, along with many historical figures, were Masons in the Franklin area. And they worked and did their business out of that particular building. So right now they're dealing with a great deal of water intrusion, infrastructure and facade issues. They have an elevator issue. It's an eyesore in the beautiful historic downtown area. So the owners are in need of grant writing help, and they've requested the Main Street for us to, reach out and see what we can do to help them with any fundraising efforts that we have going on. So we just attempting to serve as a conduit to help them revitalize that building. Actually, the Frank Young house, he was the grandfather of Andrew Young, who was, he was one of the country's great African-American civil rights and political leaders, and a U.S. ambassador, former mayor of Atlanta. He was also a U.S. congressman as well. So he's done a great deal in the area of civil rights, and the home was built around 1920. It's a Queen Anne style family cottage. He spent a great deal of his childhood in Franklin at his grandfather's house. It will become a blighted area if we don't act now. The structure seems to be very solid and sound. However, the property needs to be cleaned and painted, as well as structure issues fixed before it reaches, disrepair. So, that's why we felt like that would be one of the main things, if we could, get some type of help by rehabbing that property and doing the things necessary to, get it repaired. Actually, back in 98, Ambassador Young came into Franklin and dedicated that house, to, the city of Franklin and to be utilized in some form or capacity, but it really hasn't come to fruition. So we're just doing what we can to revitalize that historical house and the connection that it has to former Ambassador Young. The bottom line is pretty simple. You have to preserve your historical landmarks, because if you don't, he that doesn't know history will become a victim of that history again. I just think we need to preserve our historical landmarks. They serve as a great asset to your local communities and for the general public at large that visit your communities. You could have different events and different things going on where you could attract and bring people into your communities so that you can showcase what you do have, and it falls in line with historical preservation. So we're excited that we could possibly, earmark these two particular sites for revitalization.